And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out west. The season nearly complete. Let's take a look at Dallas. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs.
And when I look at Dallas, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Christie, also Williams out there. Thompson is out there with P.J. Washington. And it's Marshall in at the 4. And for Indiana, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. Halliburton in the backcourt, Nembhard to his side. And it's Nesmith in at the 3, the small forward. Puts it up from 7. Shots good by Turner. Doris, here we are into the home stretch of this terrific season.
And Kevin, we can all feel the playoffs approaching, which in and of itself is so exciting. But what I love about the current structure of the league is this final stretch, there is always so much in play, and that elevates the intensity. It is a special time of year.
Now Thompson, following the three-point attempt by Tyrese Halliburton. Siakam outside. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist.
Well, you can see he is not shy from range, and Pascal Siakam continues to work on his consistency.
Williams looking around. Here's Marshall. Tries again. The shot, no good. Good D by Siakam.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They, right now, are searching for a bucket.
Here's Halliburton. And he makes good on the layup.
Well, that's not an easy finish. Defense, an excellent contest. Halliburton looks like he's bottled up, but comes away with a bucket.
Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
The Mavericks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Please give a big round of applause. It's your Pacers Youth DXT.
For the Mavericks. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Miles Turner.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Williams passes to Powell. Now Washington. Pass to Marshall to stop the drought. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
How about that? Running the pick and roll to perfection. Evident that Miles Turner loves these situations.
You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big that he was out of position. But he can shoot the basketball with range, he's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Following the score by Dallas. Turner with the screen for Siakam. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Well, the beauty of Pascal Siakam's game, he's still growing, and the guy is so unselfish.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 9 points. Right wing. And Thompson kicks to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Lets it fly. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Williams. Here's Siakam. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Just 3 on the clock, and finished off by Siakam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And so it's Indiana in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action in just a minute. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pacers.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Christie is out there with Edwards. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then it's Exum. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. Pass to Toppin. Mathurin with the ball. Defended by Christie. Toppin a screen on Dinwiddie. He takes it in. Edwards with the block. They retain possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Thursday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets.
And that game against the Lakers, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And the first one drops. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
It took some time, DB, but it's starting to come together, it seems, for Obi Toppin.
Kevin, the athleticism has always been there for Obi. I think the question was, how could he help his team beyond being a vertical threat at the rim? He now is in the perfect spot. He play with pace. He's starting to be able to put it on the deck, and now he's got to improve his defense.
Here's Halliburton after Dante Exum's bucket. Outside Mathurin, 5 to shoot. Here's McConnell. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 5. To the middle, here's Powell. Lays it up off the glass.
How about the skills of Dwight Powell down low? Hard for the defense to match up with his length.
Halliburton outside. to Toppin. Back to Halliburton. Down low. There's McConnell. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Exum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
Boy, how terrific is Dante Exum getting into the paint, forces the defense to foul him there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And 74%, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
And that one misses. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Bryant. Pascal Siakam comes in for Toppin. Aaron Nesmith has checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Then for the Mavericks, P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And it's Klay Thompson in for Christie. And he's good on the second. Indiana leading. Nembhard with it. No scoring in this one. Siakam for 3. Drills the three-pointer.
This is a guy with size and range. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get those kinds of looks from deep.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. A different look for Dallas. Marshall comes in for X, and it's Williams in for Spencer Dinwiddie.
For the Mavericks, Najee Marshall, Williams.
.144 left in the first half. And Marshall kicks to Thompson. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Thompson's got 5.
And Thompson thrives in those catch-and-shoot situations.
Pass to Nembhard. Stolen by Washington. Thompson outside. And here is Williams. He's covered by Halliburton. Marshall sets a screen for Williams. Clock at 6. Marshall dishes to Williams. Here's Washington. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Just his first attempt. A shot by Nembhard. No good. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Here's Nembhard. The Mavericks making the shot. Turner with the screen on Washington. Marshall with the steal. Outside Williams. Thompson left side. Back to Williams. Lets it go with a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Williams has got the lead up to 3 now for the man. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Mavericks lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Coach, where do you look to shore things up at the defensive end of the floor?
They're hitting us in some different areas, so we got to give help on the inside. And with the guys we have playing tonight, we got to be real persistent, real together.
You got to find that chemistry very quickly. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
When I look at the Mavericks, they've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
And moving on now, the Mavericks are in the thick of it. A very competitive game so far.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they needed most.
And credit their coach for a rather liberal substitution pattern. He mixed and matched beautifully in that first half. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Mavericks leading by 3. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Pass to Nesmith. On the wing, Turner. Rebound by Marshall. And so Marshall will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Thompson passes to Marshall. Just 5 on the clock. And Thompson kicks to Williams. Here's Washington. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. And when you look at P.J. Washington, his value, DB, lies in his defensive versatility.
Well, he's cross-positional. You can switch virtually every position with him on the defensive end. There's a strong physical presence, but maybe my favorite attribute is he's fearless. There's a toughness and an edge, and boy, you give him a big shot to take, he's not going to hesitate.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Here are your Indiana Pacemates.
And now a chance to check out Klay Thompson, breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's getting around 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
Now here's Williams. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
Well, nice play by Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters in the catch-and-shoot game.
Turner with a screen for Siakam. 13 feet away. A rebound by Washington.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. A nice shot by Nesmith.
That is the length of Miles Turner on the defensive end. What a job anticipating and giving his teammate an opportunity in transition. Nice.
Williams passes to Marshall. Thompson for the triple. The shot's good. Marshall making the play. Thompson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Williams against Halliburton. Pass to Nembhard. They set the pick. Takes a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Nembhard's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Washington with a screen on Halliburton. Here's Washington. Thompson outside. Beyond the arc. Play answers.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Back to Halliburton. Another shot, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's just a savvy move to draw the foul, and despite that young age, Halliburton like a seasoned veteran right there.
The Pacers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
That's good from Halliburton.
A superb scorer and a talented distributor. Tyrese Halliburton is exactly the type of point guard every team would love to have.
Halliburton hits them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Dinwiddie against McConnell. Powell with a screen on McConnell. Dinwiddie for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Klay Thompson has been leading the charge for Dallas. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Dante Exum is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Martin. Then there's Edwards. And it's Powell in at the 5. Here's Dinwiddie following the score by Tyrese Halliburton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Nesmith, he's checked in for Benedict Mathurin. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Pacers trail by 4. Halliburton up top. He's guarded by Williams. Nesmith, the pass to Halliburton. 5 on the clock. Plays it up and banks it in. Halliburton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, give Halliburton credit for staying with the play. You've got to be able to fend off that defense and still finish.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. And when that 3 goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Christie. Thompson outside. Shot clock at 6. Williams with the ball. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Well, make no mistake, Klay Thompson is more than just a shooter and scorer. Nice pass there, guys.
Now, Neesmith. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now here's Williams. On the wing, Thompson. Neesmith covering. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So we'll see Klay Thompson go to the line here. It goes on Aaron Neesmith. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Pacers trail by 7. Halliburton feeling it out a bit. Siakam inside. Mavericks with the rebound. Marshall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Christie the pass to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Thompson. Over Neesmith. Thompson misses. Indiana's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Now here's Thompson. Oh, Thompson, tough shot!
This guy, Klay Thompson, can get as hot as any player in the NBA, and when he's this efficient, boy, he is dangerous.
Halliburton for 3. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field. Williams against Halliburton. Now here's Thompson. He's covered closely. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Now, the defense is always going to react to Klay Thompson. That time, the overcommitment, and he'll get to the line.
2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
His contemporaries will say this. Klay Thompson's shooting stroke is as pure as it gets.
And he does get the second one. And that'll push the lead to double digits.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're down by 10.
Dance team, everyone. Show them some love.
.40 seconds left in the 4th. Halliburton against Williams. Pass to Nembhard. Nailed from three-point land.
This is why coaches love Tyrese Halliburton. Just plays the right way.
It's tipped. Money! 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and an intentional foul right there.
Third team foul. At the line for the Mavericks, Christie, 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
And the Pacers call time here. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What's your take, guys?
A lot to talk over and improve on for next time.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
Let's hear it for you.
From deep three-point territory, and it's Halliburton missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Hey, thanks very much, Clay. You had it going tonight. Now, when you are that hot, what are you trying to do on the court?
Took a couple bad shots, couple heat checks, but they went in tonight, fortunately. When you got the hot hand, you're just looking for that little ounce of space, because all you need is an inch or two, and that thing's just flicking off your wrist so easy, and it just happened to be one of those nights.
That leads to one of those wins for your team, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Klay Thompson.